am Chuck the bureaucrat, and I gotta warn you that working at the Pentagon or any military headquarters, or, well, probably corporate headquarters, it's gonna be hard work. It is gonna test your psychological resilience, and part of the reason for that is that, well, that kind of a job denies you some of the simple pleasures that made your past assignments tolerable. In fact, you have probably heard people say that working at a strategic level, it's all about making tough decisions where there are no truly good options. Yeah, no kidding. But what people do not say is just how punishing working in that environment can be. I mean, for an executive who has to sign their name on some new policy, it's not really comforting to them to just pick between the lesser of two evils. And that means that if you're an action officer or a director, that you are repeatedly going to get hammered by your bosses as they demand that you try to create more palatable options for them. Working on the nation's hardest problems, well, it's hard work and it takes a toll. And so you have to make sure that you have an adequate support network for when things get grim. Now, right up front, let me just tell you that there are some practical limitations to your support network. Your support network can't rely on your coworkers. In a lot of cases, they are under exactly the same type of strain that you're under, and it gets intense for them at the same time that you most need support. So you need to be helping your coworkers shoulder the load, not dumping your problems on them. Second, it cannot be your family. I mean, your family is going to provide you with tons and tons of support, but when it comes to certain types of Pentagon-level stress, well, it just can't be your family. The first reason is that the Pentagon has this weird isolating effect on day-to-day communications. In a lot of cases, you're working somewhere where you don't have access to your cell phone, and honestly, it can be tough to find a quiet place to unburden yourself. The second reason that your family, can't support you in this way is because, well, there's just some Pentagon-level things that you can't tell them. And I mean, sure, there's lots of top-secret things that you obviously can't share, but even when things aren't particularly secret, sometimes your family just doesn't need to hear it. So you are going to have to develop your support network, and normally what I tell folks is that you need to find your people. But let me be clear. I am not talking about finding people who match your personal demographics. In fact, I would caution you to be wary of limiting candidates for your support network in any way. When I say that you want to find your people, what I mean is that you want to add people to your support network who understand what you're going through, who have a sincere interest in you as a person, and people who have time to give you a bit of support when you need it. When you first sign in, it can be hard to find people who meet all three of these criteria, particularly that second one. So it's a good idea to always have your eye out for potential candidates to your support network. I mean, the last thing you want to do is push away somebody who's extending a genuine hand of friendship. The good news is that as time goes by, it's going to get easier and easier to build this network. As people get reassigned, your coworkers are going to move out of your immediate workspace, and they are excellent candidates for your support network. At the same time, you're going to develop a better understanding of who you are, and that understanding is going to attract like-minded people. Plus, there's going to be opportunities to support other people and build your network that way. In the meantime, there's at least 2 additional things you can do to boost your resilience. First, look for some quiet, out-of-the-way places. There's not a lot of them, but there are some rarely used spaces that are perfect if you have to, regain your composure or just take a quick breath. There's some chapels and prayer rooms that are ideal for this. Second, engage with the support staff around you, like the lady who vacuums the office, or the clerk down at the coffee shop, or the guy who holds a machine gun over you while you walk into the building. All of these people make your life better, and none of them dump a pile of work on your desk. So treat them accordingly. Smile, chat, thank them. It's going to make everybody's life better. And if you're interested in another way that you can make that first year in the Pentagon a better experience, watch this video.